Hello everybody, Zen here bringing you a quick features video. We're going to be doing quite a few of these over the course of this week. So the first one we're doing here is the customization video. So I'm going to show you all of the different customizations you can do between infantry and vehicles. So let's get started. We have the first thing to look at are the different classes. We're going to take a look at the engineer because it's the one I have the most stuff unlocked for. So as you can tell, you can customize your entire loadout, and just like in many modern FPS games, you can have other custom loadouts that you get as you level up. It's either that or they're not unlocked in the beta yet. One of those two. I know that you get different implant slots as you level up, so we'll see if you can get custom loadouts as well. You also may just have to spend a certain amount of points in the engineer tree to be able to get them. I'm not entirely sure of that yet. We will figure that out, and once I do, I will let you guys know, probably in a future video. So here we go. You can customize each weapon and your layout. You can also customize your appearance, but we don't have that yet. And then you could just quickly select from the different loadouts right here. So the engineer has this Pulsar compact rifle. It's pretty easy to customize. You just click customize. And right now I have optic and utility unlocked. So for the optic, I have this infrared night scope, but I could also put a reflex sight on. I like the infrared night scope because, as you see here, it is really overpowered. I can look down at the VS base, which is where I'm at, and you can see all the little things. This is pretty much dusk, and I'm able to see all the guys. In daylight, it's just as effective as it is at night. Although, if you look into the sun, it does kind of kill it a little bit. But, I mean, it illuminates everything. It's really nice at night. So that's what I have as far as the scope goes. And the reflex sight is fairly good, but it's a little buggy at the moment. It shoots higher than what it shows. Now the other thing, or lower than what it shows, the other thing I have is this, whoops, go back to utility. I have a front grip, and you can see it there. It actually does customize the weapon. The front grip allows it to not recoil as much when I'm firing, which is really nice, especially because I have terrible aim and accuracy, so this helps me a lot. I also have a suppressor here. The suppressor is actually pretty good. Not only does it reduce the flash, and when I'm at night, like if I'm fighting at night, I put the suppressor on because then people can't shoot me because they see my muzzle flash, right? So it helps that. And then the audio range is also very nice if you're trying to sneak around in a base. So I don't have that equipped, but I do have the front grip, and as you can see, it doesn't have too much kickback. It's actually fairly accurate. Now the other thing that you could customize for the infantry is the whatever tools you have. So as the engineer, I've got a nano armor tool, right? But you can also customize the loadout. So you could essentially choose different kind of blades for your melee weapon. The ability I have right now in the beta, I only have one ability available to me as an engineer. There is a shield, so you could probably put maybe more powerful shields on. And you could see on my UI, well, if I actually ever took damage. Here, let me do this. That way you can see it more clearly. Let's do that. Okay, down bottom right, you can see the blue bar. That's my shield. So I have a shield, and then I have an HP bar. So you could probably increase the power of your shield, which would be quite nice. Now, the last things you could customize is grenades. You could put down things like C4. You could probably get C4 and mines as an engineer, and then in order to get more of these, you actually have to buy them with the resources that you gain from playing the game. Pretty cool. My scythe just disappeared. Oh well. It's not like I was going to be up here forever. And then there's also the items that you could customize. For me, I've got 2 here available because I've unlocked another one. So the ammunition package is basically exactly what you would think. I throw it down on the ground, and I can resupply allies and myself by getting near it. The last thing I have is a spawn beacon. I get this from the leadership certifications. I could throw down this. I have to buy them as well. And I can only hold one at a time, but I can throw it down, and everybody in my squad can spawn on it, which is really nice, as you could imagine, especially if you have like an entire outfit playing in a, in squads and whatnot. I think you can even put it up higher than a squad. I haven't checked because I haven't played more than with 4 people, so you essentially could throw down one of these and just have your entire squad spawn, which is quite nice, as long as they're nearby it at least. Now, other things that you could customize, say as the Infiltrator, you could, the ability is the cloak. There's going to be additional cloaks available that you can unlock. Light Assault, basically the same stuff as you've seen. So you can clearly see that there are quite a bit of customizing features here. As far as the max customization goes, I really like this one. You have a right and a left arm. Both of them are weapons. You can see on the model here, both of them are complete weapons. So if I wanted to make my guy look like giant enemy crab face, which is what I call him, I could put these on, which are the anti-infantry weapons. There you go. Now he looks like a crab, and it's really hilarious to me. They need to redo this model. But what else do they got? So you could put on like one anti-tank weapon and one anti-infantry, or two anti-tank weapons, which is I prefer that because it's really overpowered at the moment until they fix it. And then there's also anti-air stuff. You could put like flamethrowers on each arm. So there's a lot there. Now, as far as appearance goes, there isn't any options as of yet. But what there are, and I'll show you them in the store in a moment, you can customize your character to look the way you want. So say I wanted to go over here, get vehicle customizations, and I wanted to customize a vehicle, I could put different camo and stuff on it, which is quite nice, as you would imagine. Now the last thing is the vehicle customization. Let's go to a vehicle I already have things loaded out with. So you can buy things with certs, which is a completely different video entirely, so just go check that out. Now this, however, is the ability to customize different weapons, appearances, and defensive mechanisms. There's also two other things here that I haven't unlocked. I don't know what they are as of yet. I don't even know if they're available in the beta yet. So we're going to see here, I can customize the primary weapon, which I haven't bought any from the store, so I don't have any available to me. But for the secondary, I could put on this Proton 2 PPA, and I could even customize it further by customizing it and adding an optic zoom, which is quite nice, as you would imagine, for my gunners. So I can basically change out the gun for my gunners, which sit on the top of the tank. The other things I have, I can put on different defenses. I can put on front armor to the tank. I can put on top armor, which is really nice if you have like an anti-aircraft tank going. That's the build you went with. Or side armor. I've been going with side armor because I get blindsided a lot. It's really hard to see people from the sides as a mag rider driver, so that's what I usually use. But I'm thinking I'm going to use the front because it's usually where I have my tank faced. Keep all the armor towards the front, which is always really good. Now that's how you customize that. Appearances, though, you could probably see there's hood ornaments. I think is that what that's supposed to say, but it just says Orna. So I have no idea where that's actually at on the tank, but it's pretty funny that you can change that out. There's also tints and decals, and then the miscellaneous stuff as well. Like you could put a decal on the cockpit of aircraft and tanks and stuff, which I think is really funny. So that pretty much does it for the customization. There's a lot of stuff here. Nothing is really too powered, like privileged, I guess is the right word for it. Like I'm not going to buy something and it's going to be completely better than something else. You always have a trade-off. For example, let me go to the store here and go to vehicle weapons, and because we were just looking at it, let's go to the mag rider. So here and here, there's two separate weapons I could buy. One is more expensive than the other. I don't have enough Araxium to buy one of them, but you can see that one has more damage than the other. But what this doesn't have is it has a limited blast radius, and this one is really good against tanks, right? And it's got a lethal blast radius. Well, I guess it's good against armor, or less damage against armor. This one's good against armor. There you go. So this one I would use against tanks. This one is like anti-personnel. So it's a trade-off. You're either going to do a lot of damage to tanks and armor and have a limited blast radius, or you're going to have a huge blast radius, kind of like a bomb, but you're not going to do as much damage to armor. Now, one obviously does less damage than the other on this, but it's always a trade-off, and there is no weapon that's better than the others. They're still kind of balancing it, so in the beta you can find things that are just really good compared to others, so we'll see how that actually works out in the end. But I'm quite liking the customization. It's been really good for me. I'm enjoying customizing my weapons and whatnot, and making them my own and how I want to play, which is really great. So it's pretty much a play the way you want to play a game. You just have to unlock the stuff, which you can easily do by just playing the game. You don't even have to pay for it, although it seems like it's going to be an option with the store, but that is an entirely different video. So on that note, we'll see you guys next time with more Planetside 2 footage.